going to speak over it, so I won't be on screen much during it. And as I'm working through it, if you have any comments or whatever, then you can just use the chat button if you're familiar with it, at the bottom of the screen or the top of the screen, depending on which you're using. So I'm looking forward to working with you and helping you to set a goal that's both specific, measurable, achievable, real for you, and rewarding for you, that is time limited, and it will energize you enough that you want to actually go out there and achieve it. So whatever your goal is going to be, we're going to work on wording that goal in such a way that it gets all of your resources, all of your brain and your body to work with you to achieve that goal tonight. So thank you for following through so far. Forward to hearing your feedback and getting your questions after this PowerPoint. If you can bear with me for that length of time, at that stage I'm going to ask you about the goals that you want to set for yourself. And if you have any goals that you're thinking about, whether it's with relation to your work, to your home, to your sports, to whatever it is, then just send them through to me on the chat or email them to me at padraig@padraigking.com. So I have the email open here on the side, and I'll be able to pick up on all of those. It could be that you want to do so many different things in the sporting arena. In the business arena, it could be that you want to make a particular sale to a particular customer. In your home, it could be simply to clear out the back room and get everything in the bin. Everything that's going in the bin, put it in the bin, and the rest of the stuff that's going for a charity shop, then put it out there and put it in bags and deliver it to the charity shop. But if that's your goal, just to clear the back room, then that's a clear goal. So having a clear goal means that you know exactly what you want. You are being specific. So you must make the goal specific. If you don't make it specific enough, then your brain and your body and everybody in the organization will just fluff it. But if you make it very specific, then everybody knows what's required. Write it down. So you must make the goal specific. To get one result takes just one goal. And once you've set the resolve to focus on that goal, then all you have to do is gather in the resources and get full participation of both your own brain and body and those people who need to support you along the way. So if you have decided that you are going to change your weight, you're going to adjust your weight upwards or downwards, whichever it is, by a few kilos, you'll need support, especially if you live in a house where there are other people. And if they're bringing in the kind of food that won't support you, then you need to get their participation for a while until you get used to the new regimen, until you get used to the new foods, okay, or the new way of eating, or whatever it may be. So the more specific it is, the more people can see exactly what you want, then the more participation you're going to get. And if you can make the goal simple enough that a 2-year-old can understand it, then the comprehension of this area here will be included in what you're doing. This area down here at the back of the brain, the survival brain, operates at the level of a 2-year-old in terms of understanding. And a 2-year-old has needs, it has desires, it has wants, and it will participate with you and cooperate with you when it knows that you are fulfilling one of its needs. If a baby is crying and you say, "I'm getting your bottle now," chances are the baby will actually relax and that they will settle back and wait for the bottle. Whereas if you're not dealing with the needs of this part of the brain, making it feel secure, making it feel reassured, then it will keep on disrupting. If this area of the brain isn't satisfied that it is clear, so this is why we need to make it so specific. If that part of it operates like a 7-year-old, and it either likes something or it dislikes something, so you find that a lot of children, 4, 5, 6, and 7, they're actually saying, "I don't like this food, I like this food." They're trying out what they like and what they don't like. And if you can get them to like the result
like the process, then they will begin to own the goal, they will want it, and they will participate in creating it. The goal must be measurable. The M in SMARTER is for measurable. The result must be measurable. We know we have succeeded when we contrast how things are right now with the way that they were before. So you're checking before and after, and you need to measure at the level of quantity and quality. So if you're only able to measure at the level of quantity, that's wonderful. But if you can measure the quality of life or the improvements that this has brought about, then you will actually have shown all of your brain and your body throughout your organization or your club or whatever it may be, that change was worthwhile. And once you can establish that change is worthwhile, then it's possible to bring on the next change. Because forever we are dealing with a changing world. And if you can adapt more easily, if you can respond more comfortably to the changes that are going on around you, then it is most likely that you will enjoy your life and that you will get more value from every moment of every day. The A in SMARTER is for achievable. The team must believe that this goal is achievable. So you have to demonstrate that the result is just outside their comfort zone, a tiny bit at the moment, but you can reach it and you're going to show them how. So for example, if I needed to get to America tomorrow morning, I would not just go down to the beach and walk out onto the water, because that is not achievable for me. I can't walk on water. What is achievable is I could go online and I could book a ticket. So I could set that as a goal. And if I had achieved that goal, I could then set the goal to get myself to the airport, pass through the security, and get onto the plane. And what I'm saying is, once you set an achievable goal and chunk down the long-term goal to something smaller, you make it possible for the whole brain and the body to realize, yeah, I can do that bit, but it's the bit afterwards that I'm worried about. So all you have to do is just keep on chunking it down so that the body and the brain are comfortable with each small step. Rome wasn't built in a day, and your changes won't happen overnight in many cases. For some people they will, because they allow change to happen very rapidly. But the rate of change is dependent on the rate of adaptability. And how you adapt to change determines the rate at which you are actually moving forward in your life, adapting to things and allowing yourself to enjoy life. The R in SMART, or the first R, is for right for all. If the desired result is feeling right for everybody, then every team member owns the goal. And they will then participate fully and willingly in its achievement. So if there's somebody there and they have a funny feeling about it, yeah, I'm not too sure about this, you'll see the whole tension and the anxiety build up in their body, and they'll be pulling back and they're not sure. All you need to do is reassure them. The word is in there. I'm not sure is what people say. And what you need to do is reassure them. Surety means safety. You need to make them feel safe again. You need to make them feel part of the process, and you need to make them feel as though this is a good idea. In fact, if you can get them to own the goal and to participate in creating the goal, then they will have far more input, far more participation, and you will get your results much more quickly. The T in SMARTER comes from time limited. When you set a realistic time limit, then your whole brain and your body understand that this must be done in that amount of time, whatever that amount of time is. There's a time, work expands to fill the time available. So if you have a task to do and you've got the whole day to do it, guess what? It'll take the whole day to do it. If you have only 5 minutes to get the same job done, you'll get it done. You will get it done very quickly. So the body and the brain love quickly because it means that once that job is over, once that energy is expended, I'm going to receive my reward. Right? And the second R in smarter is for a reward, but I'll come back to that in a moment. So quickly helps the mid part of your brain to feel that the disruption is going to be short and that they're actually going to like it because we all like something quick. That's why we have quick dinners. It's why we have quick car washes. It's why we have all the things we want them done quickly. The E in smarter is for energizing. And for those people working with the American spelling, it's ENERGIZING. But I'm living in Ireland, so we use the UK spellings. And you're smarter, energize your team. If your goal is going to energize your team, if it's going to get them enthusiastic, if it's going to get them to move and to create motion, then you have to get them happy. You have to make them feel the emotion. Emotion has the word motion in it. The emotion, in my book, the E stands for energy, energy for motion. So emotion to me gives you the energy for motion. So when you energize your team, you're energizing them, you're giving them the energy to move. And the word that is so easy to use here and that everybody understands, right down to a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old, is happily. So if you can say, my goal is to quickly and happily, to easily and happily, to whatever, then using these words helps your brain and your body to pull the goal together and to get all of the resources of your brain and your body to work with you as a team. The final R, as I mentioned earlier, is for rewarding. The question everybody asks is, what's in it for me? What am I going to get from this? What's the benefit for me? And we're all working on this to a certain extent. We all want something out of any change that we want to make. We all want to move forward, but we want to know, what benefits am I going to get? So you've got to ensure that every team member will get a real reward that is meaningful for them. And the best way to do that is to actually ask them, what would it mean to you if you were able to do this? So spending a few moments helping the person that is finding it difficult, that needs reassurance, to tell you what it is that the real reward would be, the meaningful reward would be from achieving this goal. That will actually help them to open up the neurology in their brain and those areas of the brain and the emotions and the actions that will allow them to participate more fully and get them involved. Once we know that there's a reward at the end, then we are far more willing to work. And lots of research has been done with regards to rewards, whether it should be financial, whether it should be time off, whatever it is. As long as the reward is meaningful for a person, then that's enough. For a child, the reward might be a hug. The reward might be a shake hands, right? Some of you who know me know that I shake hands a lot with people when they have done something useful. Because in the very act of shaking hands with somebody, what you're doing is you are touching them, you are creating a sense of a feeling of touch, a feeling of trust. You are energizing them because you are acknowledging their participation in the change that was made. So when I shake hands with somebody and I say, well done, fair dues to you, then what I'm doing is I'm imprinting in them the fact that they have actually made a change, that it was possible, and that they benefited from it. Not only that, but that it made a difference in their life and that I can see it making more difference in the future. Knowing exactly what your desired result will be is the key to the real success. So before you start, you need to know what your desired result is. And we're not just looking at the quantity of result, we're looking at the quality of result. So in the case of, if you're going to adjust your weight up by a few kilos or down by a few kilos, then what will be the actual desired result? What, in terms of quantity, you might be able to measure kilos, you might be able to measure inches on your chest or your waist, or whatever it may be. You may be able to move into a different dress size or a different hat size, whatever it may be. But if you know the desired result in terms of quantity, that's great. But what will be the quality, the results that you will be getting? What will be the changes that will be happening to you in your life? How will you feel different? What kind of wonderful feeling will you have inside when you have the desired result? So if that was a company, then it might mean that there was a higher profit margin. It could be that there was an expanded customer base. It could be one of these things. It could be more job security. Some of them are quantity and some are quality. But when you focus on the quality things, that's what motivates people. That's what energizes people, because they love the quality things. So knowing exactly what your desired result will be is a key to real success. You can learn more about setting great goals with me. All you have to do is contact me by the ways that you already have, or you can email me, Padraig@padraigking.com. So